All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So Aaron Rodgers did a sit-down interview with Sky Sports, and it was pretty cool, right? Of course, I'll leave it linked down below in the description box, but he talked about, and by the way, the interview was just it was in a super casual manner. But in any case, he talked about coming back from the injury, him being 40 years old, him kind of adjusting, or maybe the differences between playing at 40 compared to some of the 20-year-olds on the team, and how he relates to a lot of the coaches. He's closer to age with some of the coaches than some of the players, which I thought was pretty funny. But one part of the interview stood out, and it kind of has, in my opinion, a potential carryover to actual regular season games this season. It was when he was talking about being on the sidelines, wearing a headset, helping the guys, watching the game kind of through coaches' eyes and seeing the game from a different perspective. I feel like it's pretty rare to have them experience something that's brand new, and I'm talking not necessarily like a defensive look or a specific package in an offensive game plan or something like that. I'm talking like big monumental things that can change perspectives. And I again, it got me thinking: could last season potentially help Aaron Rodgers in ultimately the Jets offense during the course of this season? Because he did spend that entire year, or I shouldn't say entire year, because he did miss a couple games early on in the process with the rehabbing. It wasn't until around that midway point where he ended up coming back and sticking on the sidelines. But could that process, could him watching the game through a different lens, could that benefit this Jets team and Jets offense? Maybe make it run a little bit more smoothly, seeing the game from a different angle. I mean, people talk all the time, right? You have your coaches, you have your front office members, you have your players, and they all have their distinct jobs, right? The head coach is not going to line up at D end and start rushing the passer. Your running back isn't going to be like in the middle of the war room during draft prep, breaking down prospects. Guys have designed roles, positions have designed roles. And here's a weird case where Aaron Rodgers kind of escaped. He broke through that wall and had a year where, granted, he wasn't, calling plays and, putting together game plans, but he was a part of that process, right? He was a function of that process. And could last season actually be, I don't want to go as far as to say a blessing in disguise, but could that experience give Rodgers another, maybe just feather in his cap as far as knowledge, as far as putting yourself in the coach's shoes, coach's standpoint, and now being able to maybe transition? Like, he could actually say to Hackett, you know what, I have seen your side of things, and we're going to do this instead. Or, you know what, no, I actually really, really like that idea, and I see where you're coming from. I see how you want to attack this defense here on whatever it may be, right? This specific drive, this specific play, this specific 2-minute drive, whatever it is. And who knows, maybe I'm just being way too optimistic here. But, I do find it very, very difficult to believe, very hard to believe that Rodgers ended last season with zero takeaways. Zero takeaways on the game. He didn't get any better at all from the mental side of it. And I'd like to think that being on the sidelines, wearing a headset, listening to how this specific set of coaches goes about their process on a play-to-play basis, quarter-to-quarter basis, I'd like to think that Rodgers was able to, again, take things away from that. So anyway, quick little video here. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Hope you enjoy your Saturday, Labor Day weekend. Of course, college football, it's back. Got soccer going on here in the background. Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, go Jets.